He might be called Big Match John, but we certainly cannot call him Big Ratings John. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Another disappointing week for WWE. We seen SmackDown last week that are 1.3, despite having CM Punk advertised, Seth Rollins advertised, Roman Reigns advertised for the triple threat contract signing, and also there's a few title matches on that show as well, and the rating absolutely tanked. Then we move to Monday Night Raw. We were in Glasgow, 24th of March. It was time for the second of 3 John Cena appearances. Did the first appearance last week, the week before, and I believe, was it Brussels? Did that get people interested? Did that get people hyped? Did that get people wanting to see what John Cena had to say next? It did not, no, because the viewership has actually went down. But what did John Cena say next? He said pretty much nothing. He pretty much repeated the same stuff that he said in Belgium. Now, in London, he did mix it up a little bit, and it was definitely, the best of the 3 promos. It was the only one where he really engaged and actually acknowledged and traded with Cody Rhodes on the mic. So I would expect that show to probably have a slight increase in viewership. But for the Glasgow Raw, for the March 24th edition of Raw, only 3 million global views, and that is over the course of 7 days. So before anyone tries to say 3 million is a solid number, it's what they used to do. No, you're talking shite.
They dropped the ball at the Hydro, and you're right, you know what, see the London show, they did a bit more, they actually addressed Rhodes, they got physical. See the first week in Brussels, right? See if you want to have Cena come out and be, keeping his cards close to his chest as close as possible, I can almost half accept it even though how bad it was, right? But see the second week, Glasgow, Hydro.
Copy and paste.
You cannot, it can't be the same thing. What we got in London should have happened in Glasgow, and I'm not going to turn around and say it was great because it was far from great. But
that would be
it would have been this next step.
That would be like us uploading the same video to 2 different channels.
I know.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
That's a loser thing to do.
Paint it as something different.
Absolutely.
The difference is, if we did do that, right, we're 2 guys talking about wrestling, making peanuts. This is a fucking $1 billion company that is charging people extortionate prices to repeat the same pish. And there's dumb fucks out there that went to all 3 shows. Not going to mention any names, brother, but imagine you actually went to all... No, forget about London, right? Imagine you actually went to the Brussels and the Glasgow show. You'd be demanding a refund, especially the Glasgow show, because that came after it. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, for me, these European shows that have been doing on TV, they felt very similar to house shows. Obviously house shows, you get the same card pretty much no matter what city they're going into. I've seen a lot of house shows lately. It's been like Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan and Raquel in a 2-on-1 match, and they've done the exact same finish every single night, and that's kind of what you get at house shows sometimes, even though it'd be nice if they mixed up a little bit. But the Brussels show and the Glasgow show truly did feel like house shows in the sense that the card almost felt the same from all the stories and, all the rivalries. They pretty much did the same thing from 1 week in Brussels to the next week in Glasgow. But the Glasgow show was in the top 4, number 4 for weeks in the top 10 of the week. So, yeah, they were number 4 behind what? Adolescence, which is a limited series, The Residence Season 1, and $1 Million Secret Season 1. So they all did far superior when it comes to Monday Night Raw. But Raw was ahead of shows such as Wolf King Season 1, Running Point Season 1, and Miss Rachel Season 1. So basically, Raw's beaten a load of shite on Netflix.
Yeah,
a load of shite that nobody watches.
Well, I mean, Adolescence is popular, but it's a load of fucking shite, isn't it? The other 2 I've never even heard of.
Well, Adolescence is by far the most viewed thing. It had 30 million.
Yeah, that's
over the week. So
that's what Raw wishes it had.
But everything else pretty garbage.
Just to sum up the European stuff, it's almost like the WWE have treated this European tour as like 3 weeks off. That's the sort of vibes I've got.
House Show City. That's what it feels like to me.
It's like they've had that many house shows, it's almost like they went, that's the difference with McMahon. See, back in the day, you could tell what a Monday Night fucking Raw meant.
Aye.
Not to compare to a house show. We've been to fucking house shows.
See now, right? Nobody can say that Raw's must watch.
No.
Right? I mean, a general Raw is not must watch, right? You can take the best Raw that we've seen in years, and it's not must watch. But let's just take the last two Raws. See if you watched the Brussels Raw. You really didn't need to watch the Glasgow one.
Yeah. No, it's the same shit.
Or if you missed the Brussels one, you could just watch the Glasgow one and pretty much catch up. When you look at the Cena and Cody, more or less the exact same thing, and even the Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, it was the same thing. The arguing, the pie face and Io Sky, me no be disrespected. You know, it was just the same fucking shit. Anyway, 24th edition of Raw did 3.0 million. It also had the lowest runtime, I believe, so far of all the Raws, which is strange. I mean, we're seeing Raw now. It looks like it's getting less and less in terms of minutes. So it looks like Triple H's ideal time would be, you know, not much more than, 2 hours if you take away breaks and stuff. So, right, 17th though was 3.1. The 10th was 3.0. And the 3rd of March was 3.1 million. So, ever since John Cena turned heel, we've had either a 3.1 or a 3.0. So the first Raw after he turned heel did a 3.1. He wasn't there. The next Raw, he still wasn't there, and they lost 100,000. The following Raw, he showed up in Brussels. They gained 100,000. The next Raw, this Raw, the Glasgow one, he showed up, cut the exact same promo, and they lost 100,000. So it looks like 3.1, 3.0. That seems to be where they are currently, you know, averaging out right now. I think next week's will probably be a little bit better, considering they did have that, Cena promo, and it's doing a lot of hype and all this. But honestly, if they can keep it around 3.1, I'll be surprised, because this could be the last time that we see Cena. And I just think if Cena's not advertised for the next... How many more Raws is there before Mania? 3? Or 2?
I think it might just be 2.
See if Cena is not there for the next 2 Raws, I just do see the rating actually going down.
No, me too. And I look at this and think, I mean, if you actually just... If the first show was fucking good, and they used Cena correctly, whether it was Brussels or Glasgow, the rating would reflect that. I mean, I'm not surprised in the slightest that Glasgow's down for Brussels. I mean, you look at... See, it's like TV shows. If you just run a rerun of an episode the previous week, it's not going to do well. And that's essentially what it was, a rerun.
A rerun, a repeat, it was the same old shit. But yeah, the Raw before the Elimination Chamber did 2.6 million. Now, they did find 500,000 after the Cena heel turn. I have to imagine a couple of weeks after WrestleMania, they'll be back down at 2.6, and I think it won't be long before they go under 2.6. 2.6 is currently the lowest so far of the Netflix era. I believe that they'll break 2.6 sometime in May.
They will. Now, obviously, if Cena's made champ, and Cena's there most weeks after Mania, which I don't think will happen, but if that does happen, I'm not expecting them to go to like the low 2s, but you look at last year's rating, they absolutely dove off a cliff. You know, AJ Styles, Damian Priest, etc.
And it's all the shite, it's all the mid-card they put on these shows after Mania, so... Not that there's great guys on it now, right enough, but anyway, what did the most views? So after 7 days, full segment, Cody Rhodes and John Cena ready to fight for the future WWE, 2.39 million, highest clip of the week. Up next, it was Jimmy Uso slapping Gunther after hyping up his brother Jay. This got 765,000, so we're talking what, about 1.8 million between the highest viewed clip and the second clip. It's just a big drop off, alright? It just shows you that John Cena is up there and the rest are down there.
And some people try and spin it into a Cody thing. You see, if this is Cody Rhodes comes face to face with Akira Tozawa, it's not going to fucking get, millions, folks.
But John Cena can go face to face with fucking Akira Tozawa and pretty much do the same.
That is it.
So, Cena is the relevant guy here. Cody Rhodes is the interchangeable one. You can put Cody in it, you can take Cody out it, but...
Look on SmackDown when he interacted with fucking McIntyre and Orton. It was like fucking like $1.5 million off what Punk and Reigns did. But
Yeah.
if it was with Cena, they'd have been fucking neck and neck, guaranteed.
Third place, CM Punk fairly eviscerates Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, 532k. They used to blame McMahon for using words like that, eviscerates, and we're still seeing, like,
They blame McMahon for everything.
we're still getting shite like that. Judgment Day attack during match between Braun Breaker and Penta, that got 498k. Fifth place, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair get into intense brawl, 489k. It was the same brawl they got into the week previously. The Usos reunite to defeat A-Town Down Under, 437k. Jimmy Uso stops a Gunther attack on Jay, 426k. And it's only shown as the top 7 clips. Now, I don't know what happened after number 7. I can't remember what was on that Raw, but it was probably shite, because when you look at like what's at the bottom of the SmackDown clips, it's like fucking Charlotte Flair versus Michin, 130,000. I mean, that's not going to draw. Oh, Pretty Deadly versus Street Profits, 125,000.
I mean, I did have the clips up there. I was looking at them, but then I went on Twitter there, and Rusev is back with the WWE. It's official. What a waste of fucking money that is.
Is he going to come out with a tank, or is he going to come out playing video games? That's the big question here.
Hot crowd tonight, guys.
But the bigger question is, what will John Cena do next week? Well, he's going to do nothing, actually. What can Monday Night Raw do next week? But what will the ratings do for this week's show when they are out? Remember, Raw ratings now are a week behind. You have to wait till the 7 days pass in order to get the rating for Netflix. So I do think next week's will go up, but I don't think it'll be a massive jump. If I had to guess, I'd say around a 3.4. Something like that. The second highest of the Netflix era is 3.7. I wouldn't be shocked if it beat 3.7, but I don't think it will. And if it does beat 3.7, it'll be like a tie or 3.8 at best.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get that number.
I think it could be the third highest. I believe it'll probably be around 3.4. That's my guess, 3.4.
What happens next year when Big John's done? Packed his wee purple suitcase up, man, he's away. What's going to happen then?
What is going to happen, guys? We'll have to wait and see. But that's it. Let us know your thoughts down below. Ratings, absolute shite there. So I stuck at the 3. We'll see what they can do next week, and then we'll see what they do 2 weeks in a row without John Cena. Doesn't look like we're getting Rock either. So, it's a bad time for WWE. It's a bad time for the numbers. But let us know what you think down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching, and peace.